Oh my fucking god, dude. It's too real. It's too real. Base Ufotable. That unlimited budget works godliness, dude. You know what? Archer versus Lancer. Let's go, dude. Oh my god, did you see that god tier battle animation? You got Lancer going in there, spinning around the Gae Bolg, just doing all kinds of crazy movements. Archer, yo, okay. That scene where Lancer just does that flash step really quickly. And he goes in on him. He just teleports right away. He's like, you're 15 years too young to take me. And goes in, dude. And you see Archer with the keen perception just looks down, does that quick Neo back dodge. I'm like, yo. Oh my god. Not to mention the clash between the Gae Bolg and Rho Aias, dude. Whew. And we're going to pause. We're going to pause for a second. Let's pause. I want you guys to get out your system, because I'm probably going to mention these words a lot as we go through. Yes, Gae Bolg. Yes, Rho Aias. You can play with the phonetics of those and hear what you want to hear. Alright, that's all I'm going to say. I digress. Let's get into it, dude. For those of you that don't know what the Rho Aias is, dude, he jacks his shield from the Iliad, dude. Oh my goodness, dude. The mythological clashes right now. This is something that drew me into the Fate franchise from the jump, from, years ago when I first got into it. And to see the top tier battle animation go in with it, dude, just, oh my god, the fluidity, the color palettes, just everything about it is just on another level. And it's what I've missed from, the unlimited budget work greatness the most. Not just me fanboying over everything that's taking place and seeing it animated, which it's awesome, but this level of battle animation from the jump, from the prologue episode of season 1, showcased a tier that is beyond what we're used to in general. And that's what Ufotable has achieved, and that's what they're bringing to the table once again, dude. That fight was just too real. It was too real. But what got me throughout this episode, we got a lot of progression, a lot of setup. Shit's about to go in. We're rolling heavily towards the climax. Don't worry, no spoilers as always, but it's hard to keep my perspective as a visual novel reader in check. It's really hard. But I don't like spoiling things for people. I really hate it. So let's dive into it. First thing, it's obvious by now. You see SHIRO pointing out the very fact when Archer comes in and slays Caster and Kuzuki that, he says trace on. Everybody heard it. It just furthers the build-up and the connection. I'm not going to say exactly what, but between SHIRO and Archer that has been hinted at since season 1. The symbolism, the dreams, Rin's perception into it, Archer's, whole demeanor and relationship with SHIRO and how they've interacted up to this point. It's there's no denying anymore. Like, I don't care. I'm sure everybody realizes it. I'm not going to come out and say it, but once again, continues to be built up. The dialogue in this episode is something that I really liked, and I think they really captured the best in terms of adapting this material right now. We never truly got in Unlimited Blade Works Caster's true backstory 100%. We've gotten bits and pieces of the information surrounding it from various characters, from Kuzuki's, dialogue and everything like that, but we never fully got the full backstory of Caster outside of the anime original material with that, that master that they threw in there. But regardless of any of that, I still think that ultimately you can see in Kuzuki and Caster's death what they've come to and what their endgame was and what their goal was at that point. With Caster, she says it's blatant. At least we know her desire, and the anime only can understand her desire and what she wanted. Ultimately, she wanted to live. She wanted to remain alive past the Great War and be with Kuzuki. And that's why she says her wish was being fulfilled up to this point. That's why she sacrificed herself to save Kuzuki. And that's why in her interaction with him before the final battle they had, where she was like, I'm surprised to hear you had a wish. What is it? Like, you who showed no desires, no normal human desires. What is it? I want to know. Because she genuinely loved Kuzuki. And from Kuzuki's perspective, you get like a good bit of his backstory, which I like how they threw that in the beginning, and his whole mentality from last week, where he's talking about he doesn't believe in good or evil. It's just about not having any regrets. And going on to this one with talking about the selfishness of the wishes, I think the dialogue was quite deep surrounding Kuzuki, and it really brought out the depth to his resolve and his persona. And you can glean from it that his wish was to, you know, basically fulfill Castor's wish. He, with the whole roundabout way of speaking about wanting to return something that, you know, should have existed to his rightful place, even though he couldn't do that for himself, and you find out about a little bit of glimpse into how he was raised and what happened to him and how he's turned into a killer and things like that. You know, it was just interesting to see that, and I think that these final moments of them really captured, you know, what the characters wanted at this point, despite fully fleshing them out, which is something that, in all honesty, Castor should have been fleshed out just a bit more. In all honesty, the backstory should have been fleshed out, being in the Unlimited Blade Works route. So that's neither here nor there. I still think that ultimately it's being adapted well, despite some issues that I have with that. But what this episode does the most, and before I leave the dialogue thing, like the conversation between Lancer and Archer during their fucking crazy battle, dude, was with the, you know, casting aside the pride of heroes and all of that. Yo, I like it. I fucks with it hard. It was good. But moving on from that, what this episode serves to do the most is show the impact of, you know, Archer and his endgame and his goals. He's been manipulating from the jump, and you know, like I said, you know the connection. You can see the connection that's being built up between him and SHIRO, and he wants to kill SHIRO. He's going in against SHIRO. He's talking about the foreshadowing is nice with him mentioning the Guardian and everything like that. It's gonna go in. His role as a Guardian is gonna go in. They're gonna do this right. I can feel it, and there's gonna be many an intense moment to come. I'm still not looking forward to the Shinji shit, but that's neither here nor there. Rin went in against Castor. I really like the animation during when Rin was going with the actual physical blows, you know, boosting her speed and everything like that. And for people who are like, how the fuck can Rin fight like this? How the fuck can she fight? I'm gonna cite two things. First of all, the more obvious reason, Kire. She was raised by Kire after, you know, her father's gone. I don't want to spoil people that haven't seen Zero, but she was raised by Kire. On top of that, anybody that knows about, you know, her brief wrestling stint with that April Fool's joke, there's that. You can look that up. You'll easily be able to find that. But just type in Rin, Tosaka Rin wrestler or something like that. I'm sure you can find it. But anyway, she went in. Shit was crazy. You had Kuzuki going in with the crazy, you know, quick, swift movements, everything like that. The only thing in terms of battle animation that I didn't like was how they kind of just stunted and didn't really go into that much, you know, Kuzuki and SHIRO's battle. They really could have done that a little bit better, but ultimately, still good. Now you have Saber being released from Castor after all this is taking place. Archer trying to go in and just kill them all because he's just like, fuck it. He's like, Rin, you stay there. Change her up. Basically, using the Trayhan ability, summoning. I don't want to spoil exactly the depths of Archer's abilities, but, you know, Lancer says it himself. Lancer's like, he's like, I'm just a simple bowman. He's like, bullshit. Like, a simple bowman just deflected my gay board? Like, no way. And you see, he had the fucking Rho Aias, dude. He has the ability to summon blade after blade, create blade after blade, and he's going in. It's almost on that Gilgamesh status, in all honesty. But I don't want to spoil exactly what the extent of what my boy Archer can do, so I'm just going to leave it at that. But ultimately, I love the setup. This episode went hard with the dialogue, with the crazy battle animation, with the setup, and just how well they kind of captured the air of everything and adapted everything, despite, you know, and were able to give Castor and Kuzuki a great deal of closure. Like, I respected Kuzuki in those last moments, dude. He's like, I started this, I'm gonna finish it. Like, I started this without any regard for what was right or wrong, and I'm gonna finish it. He knew he was going to walk into his death. He knew Archer was gonna kill him, and I respect that ending. I respect Castor's ending, despite the fact that she's fucking utterly batshit crazy. But ultimately, despite the fact that they didn't give, you know, more of Castor's backstory in favor of doing that whole anime original thing with expanding the multiverse and adding in the El Malloy character, I'm fine. I'm fine with it. I don't know how, you know, anime only feel about it at this moment. I'm sure it's fine because honestly they don't know that they're missing that much. But I mean, some people could be annoyed that they don't know, you know, in more about Castor at this point. So I don't know if they're gonna remedy the situation. I don't know if that's necessary. Really, there has been enough hinting at it, so I think it's fine. Ultimately, I'm a hype. The greatness just continues, dude, and we're about to get into some of the craziest shit by far, like, trust me. So that's pretty much it. Let me know your thoughts on this episode of Unlimited Blade Works, and I'm out. Peace.